Greetings, I am Tom Earl. I was going for my morning walk today and I saw something that just reminded me of Chester Bennington's suicide. And just the grief and the sadness just came back to me. And when things like this happen, I internally am dealing with my emotions or working through my emotions, but I also, in these moments, want to reach out and connect with people and see what can we do to support each other. And I was going for my walk and came up here to just reflect because it's a quiet space, although I know the noise behind me is loud. I apologize. If you forgive me, it's a place where I can just kind of think and share with you. And here at the La Brea tar pits, there's these mammoths stuck in the tar pits. And it's quite morbid, but if you read the description, it talks about how it was the mammoths that just went at it alone that were the most likely to get stuck in the tar pits. And that just hit me, because that's what depression is like. That is what it's like on those times where you're feeling suicidal, is that we feel that even though we're stuck, that there's no one that can understand what we're going through, or we feel that there's nothing anybody can do, and it just feels hard to tell somebody. You don't know where to start or what they'll react, or maybe they'll just have pity, and you get this tunnel vision that there's nothing anybody can do, and so we try to go at it alone. And I use the word we because I too have experienced depression. When I was a young person in 8th grade, I graduated and went to a school where, before I was going to a school with the same 30 kids from when I was in kindergarten to 8th grade, graduated and went to a school where I went from a class of 30 to a class of 200 people. And my parents also got divorced, so I knew nobody. I didn't have a social support system. And at the same time, I was dealing with my parents' divorce. And I'm a 12-year-old, don't really have the emotional intelligence or tools to handle that. So what did I do? Like a lot of us have been saying, I turned to bands like Linkin Park, and to hear what you're feeling expressed, it's so validating, and it makes you feel like you're not alone. And I know for a lot of us, that's why we're feeling so grief-stricken, is that this person who was there for us, that we couldn't be there for them. And so I just want to encourage all of us that no matter how stuck you're feeling, no matter what's going on around you, reach out for help. When I was in my early 20s, I experienced depression again. From 18 until about 20, 21, I was either high or drunk every single day except for maybe 5 days. So what was I doing? I was trying to run from that feeling. I was trying to cover it up. I was trying to make myself numb. And what did I do after that? Then right after that, after I got sober, about 6 months later, I was anorexic. I went the other way. I tried to control it by not doing anything. I ended up weighing almost as little as 100 pounds. And what changed it all for me is I started to ask for help. I know it sounds silly, it sounds cliche, but I did. And you know, the first person I asked for help from was Google. Well, actually it was God, but I'm not trying to push that on you. But after that, the first person I asked for help was Google. And I started to learn that, the despicable or horrible thing about depression is that depression actually goes back and changes your memories. For instance, if something that happened a month ago, if I'm in a really good mood and I think back on it, excuse me, sorry for shifting the camera, and I think back on it, my mind is going to think of that memory in the present state I'm in. So if I'm in a positive mood, it's going to think of that positively. But if I'm depressed, when I think of that memory, my mind's going to only filter it through the current state I'm in, and therefore make that memory seem like it was a moment that was sadder than it actually was. And so it does that to all of your memories in your past. So when you start to think of when you're in a depressed place and you start to think back on your life, your current mindset is going to shift those memories to make them seem like they were in this current mindset you're at. It's proving your case for you. And so that's one of the reasons we can't go at this alone, because it helps to have someone there say to us, what else could this mean? It helps to have a support network. And so, you know, that's what this started for me, is the people who got stuck in the tar pit, or not the people, the mammoths, were the ones who tried to go at it alone. And this isn't me trying to blame anybody or saying, if you go at it alone, you're gonna get stuck in the tar pit. It's none of that. It's just saying, take that first step of reaching out to somebody. And you know what? Maybe the person you reach out to isn't gonna know what to say, and they might mess it up. But just keep going. Keep going. And maybe that first person you reach out to is Google, because it's not our fault. It's not us. It's not you. It's a chemical reaction. It's a chemical situation in our mind that there's tools for us to be able to work through this. There is hope at the end of the tunnel. If just sharing my story with you of, for the, 4 or 5 years there from 18 till 24, life was tough. And you know what? At the same time, I was getting straight A's. I was a general manager at a restaurant. I was graduating college. I had a great girlfriend and fiance. I had my own place. So on the outside to everybody, it seemed like, oh, Tom's the epitome of success. Little did people know what was going on inside. And so I share that just to say that it changed when I started to try to get tools that could help me, to help me understand what it is that I'm feeling and thinking, and that it's not me. It's not that I'm doomed or destined to always feel this way. And there's days where we're gonna fall off the horse, or I honestly don't know what that saying means, but there's days where you're gonna have those tough times again. But it's so much easier when we have a support network and a set of tools. So my friends, I hope this was helpful, because I love you, I care about you. We're both on this planet for a reason together, because in some way, somehow, there is somebody who is going to wake up today and they're gonna say, I'm gonna give it another shot because of you. They're gonna say, you know what? Today I'm gonna work a little harder because of you. There's someone on this earth that feels that way because of you. And you might be thinking, I don't have anybody. Well, you never know. Maybe the person who's thinking that hasn't met you yet. Maybe the person who's thinking that you're gonna meet 10 years from now, and because of the pain you've worked through, you're gonna be able to share something with them that's gonna transform their life. So, it's a little emotional, it's a tough conversation to have, but we have to have the conversation. We have to be able to speak up even when it's tough, because the stakes are so high. And so my friends, just want to say it again, I love you. I got your back. You can find me, tom@tomearl.com, @tomearlartist. And I'm not saying that to plug myself. I'm saying that because hit me up if you need to, and I'll send some resources your way. My friends, I just want to let you know once again, I love you. My prayers are with you. My prayers are with Chester's family and all those around the world who are feeling this. I love you. Peace and blessings.